I'm in such a bad fucking mood. The only thing that can alleviate my bad mood is some good old-fashioned fucking ponage, and people have been pissing me off all day. So a few days ago, I got a comment on my video entitled "The Queen Does Not Work Hard," in which I expressed my opinions about people saying, "But the Queen works hard no matter what your opinions on the monarchy are." Let's just get straight to it, I don't want to ramble. The comment was from a guy called Peter Wright, and he had this to say. Number 1, she's 87! For Christ's sake. Read my lips. I don't give a fuck. The average woman is dead at her age, let alone working. I wonder why that might be. Could it possibly have something to do with the fact that the average woman has been working her entire life? And the fact that the average woman does not have access to the same world-class healthcare that the Queen has? Yeah, I think that might have a little something to do with it. The average woman is dead at her age, let alone working, and dismissing what she does, especially at her age, is cheap. Jet lag is not fun. Jet lag isn't fun! Oh, poor Queenie! Sometimes her body clock is fucked. I'm sure it's not fun, but travelling long distances does not mean that you work hard. When you talk about hard work, you're invoking certain things. You're talking about toil, sacrifice, mental, physical, and emotionally taxing work. Work that stops you being able to spend time with your family. Work that you have the risk of losing if you don't perform very well. None of this applies to the Queen. You may think that her job is respectable, and to be honest, I think it's respectable. As much as I disagree with the monarchy, she's still the head of state. Being head of state is a respectable role. And I'm sure sometimes, yes, sometimes, she does sit down on her bed after a full day of snipping ribbons and smashing bottles of wine against the side of fucking ships and thinks, wow, that was a tough day. Huh. I'm bushed. I'm sure she does get tired. That does not mean that her job is hard. Fucking Christ. Number 2, she's not paid millions and millions of pounds. Yes she fucking is. In 2011, the Sovereign Grant Act was passed into law, which replaced the civil list for the Queen. Essentially, the Sovereign Support Grant consolidated all the existing pathways through which money is funneled from the taxpayer to the monarch into one big payment paid every 2 years. I don't think, and don't quote me on this because I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think she's received her first payment yet because it's calculated for the years of 2013 and 2014, and obviously we're not even out of 2013 yet. So I don't think she's been paid yet. But at the time when this legislation was introduced, it was estimated that the first payment that the Queen will receive will be somewhere around, sort of in the region of 34 million fucking pounds. So yes, she does get paid millions and millions of pounds. You idiot. Number 3. Privileged? She's not allowed to vote, not allowed to voice her opinion on anything. Yeah, that's because she's the fucking head of state. What's more, she's an unelected head of state. She is constitutionally bound not to vote or not to voice her opinion on anything, publicly at least, because to do so would be inherently partisan, and she is constitutionally bound to be apolitical. But it gets better. Listen to the last thing he says. The monarch is, oddly, one of the least free people in the country in terms of basic rights that the rest of us take for granted. Imagine that. Imagine the fucking Queen walking into some council house somewhere and saying, "Oh, you're so lucky here. I don't have many of the rights that you take for granted, like voting and voicing my opinions publicly, because I'm constitutionally bound to be apolitical, because to do so would be inherently partisan, in direct violation of all the democratic values and principles that we hold dear in this country. You lucky bastard." Fuck that. No, the unelected head of state is not allowed to vote. Big fucking whoop. What did you expect? Do you think it would be fair for an unelected head of state to publicly endorse candidates? To sway public opinion? Again, unelected being the operative word. It defies every single tenet and principle of democracy that there is. You twat. And by the way, in the case of an unresolvable hung parliament, guess who gets to choose the Prime Minister? Not vote for the Prime Minister, not even have a vote that is worth more than a normal person's vote. Who do you think gets to choose the Prime Minister in the case of an unresolved hung parliament? I'll give you a clue. It rhymes with the schmonarch. Oh, I'll tell you, it's the monarch! And I know what some of you are saying now. That's all ceremonial, that never actually happens. The thing is, it's happened already in this Queen's reign twice! So fuck you, Peter Wright. Fuck everything you stand for. I hope you die stupidly. You